Some of these conspiracies are wild, unsettling, and highly speculative. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. The Elixir of Immortality refers to a mythical potion believed to grant eternal life or youth to those who consume it. This concept has appeared in various cultures throughout history, including ancient Chinese alchemy, where it was known as Xianden, or golden elixir. Some historical figures, such as the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, allegedly died while searching for or consuming substances believed to be elixirs of immortality. Certain Taoist traditions claim that the elixir can be created through internal alchemy, a practice involving meditation, breathing exercises, and visualization techniques. Modern researchers have examined historical recipes for immortality elixirs, finding that some contained potentially life-extending ingredients like ginseng and reishi mushrooms. The pursuit of an elixir of immortality has been linked to the development of various medical and chemical innovations throughout history. Some believers in the concept argue that certain naturally occurring substances, such as telomerase activators or NAD+ boosters, could be considered modern versions of the elixir. The idea of an immortality elixir has been connected to legends of long-lived individuals or hidden societies of immortals, such as the mythical Shangri-La. Longevity research and anti-aging treatments in modern science are sometimes viewed as a continuation of the ancient quest for an elixir of immortality. Some esoteric traditions suggest that the true elixir is not a physical substance, but a spiritual or metaphysical state achieved through enlightenment or transcendence. Empaths refers to individuals who are believed to possess a heightened ability to sense and absorb the emotions, energy, and physical symptoms of others. This concept suggests that empaths can intuitively feel and understand the emotional states of people around them, often to a degree that affects their own well-being. Some researchers in the field of neuroscience have proposed that empaths may have more active mirror neurons, which are associated with empathy and emotional understanding. Empaths are often described as having a heightened sensitivity to environmental stimuli, including sounds, smells, and crowded spaces. Some believe that empathic abilities can be developed or strengthened through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and energy work. The idea of empaths has been linked to the psychological concept of high sensitivity, which describes individuals with increased responsiveness to both physical and emotional stimuli. Some empaths report experiencing physical symptoms that mirror those of people around them, a phenomenon sometimes referred to as somatic empathy. The concept of empaths has gained popularity in various spiritual and New Age communities, where it is often associated with psychic or intuitive abilities. Some mental health professionals have begun to recognize empathic traits as potentially influencing therapeutic relationships and treatment outcomes. Critics of the empath concept argue that it may be a misinterpretation of normal human empathy or a way of pathologizing sensitive individuals. The idea of empaths has been explored in popular culture, including literature and television, contributing to its widespread recognition and appeal. The number 666 is often associated with the Antichrist or the Beast in Christian eschatology, particularly in the Book of Revelation. Some interpret it as a code for the name of a specific historical figure, with various theories pointing to Roman emperors, popes, or other influential leaders. Numerologists have attributed significance to it, claiming it represents materialism, worldliness, or human imperfection. In some esoteric traditions, the number is considered sacred, related to the sun and solar deities, rather than a symbol of evil. It has been linked to various conspiracy theories, including claims about hidden messages in product barcodes or government identification systems. Some researchers argue that the original number in early biblical manuscripts was actually 616, suggesting the later version may be a transcription error. In Chinese culture, it is considered lucky, associated with smoothness and good fortune, contrasting with its Western interpretations. Certain mathematical properties, such as being the sum of the squares of the first 7 prime numbers, have been used to argue for its cosmic significance. The widespread recognition of this number as a potent symbol has led to its use in marketing and popular culture, often to create an air of mystery or edginess. Some individuals have reported experiencing anxiety or obsessive thoughts related to it, a condition informally known as hexakosioi, hexacontahexaphobia. Alternative interpretations suggest it represents a cycle of time or a stage in human evolution, rather than a malevolent entity or person. June 1, 2024 cloud coverage refers to a global phenomenon where an unusual and persistent cloud cover was reported across multiple continents simultaneously. The widespread nature of this event, spanning diverse regions such as Africa, the United States, and Spain, led some to question its natural occurrence. This cloud coverage coincided with a rare astronomical alignment of all planets in our solar system, visible from Earth's perspective, raising suspicions about a possible connection. Some observers noted that the cloud cover seemed unnaturally dense and uniform, preventing any view of the sky and the planetary alignment. Weather forecasts predicting continued cloud cover for weeks following the event fueled speculation about potential weather manipulation or atmospheric alterations. Theories emerged suggesting that the cloud coverage might be an intentional effort to obscure the view of celestial events or atmospheric phenomena from the general public. Some individuals proposed that the clouds could be a side effect of geoengineering activities aimed at mitigating climate change or altering weather patterns on a global scale. The simultaneous nature of the cloud cover across different time zones led to discussions about advanced weather control technologies potentially possessed by governments or private entities. Skeptics argued that while unusual, the event could be explained by natural meteorological patterns and coincidence, cautioning against hasty conclusions. The incident sparked renewed interest in cloud seeding techniques and their potential for large-scale implementation, as well as their possible unintended consequences.
Like this video and subscribe to Maker.
Skinwalker Ranch is a property in Utah known for alleged paranormal and UFO-related phenomena named after the shape-shifting creatures of Navajo legend. The 512-acre ranch has been the site of numerous reported incidents, including cattle mutilations, unexplained lights, and encounters with seemingly otherworldly beings. Former owners of the property have claimed to witness portals opening in the air and strange creatures emerging from them. Scientific investigations conducted at the ranch have reported anomalous magnetic field readings and unexplained radiation spikes. Some researchers believe the ranch may be situated on a paranormal highway or interdimensional gateway, explaining the diverse range of phenomena observed there. Native American lore suggests the land has been cursed for generations, possibly due to conflicts between indigenous tribes and European settlers. The U.S. government has shown interest in the ranch, with the Defense Intelligence Agency funding a secret study of its anomalous activity in 2007. Skeptics argue that many of the reported phenomena can be attributed to natural causes, misidentification, or hoaxes perpetrated for publicity or financial gain. The ranch's reputation has led to it becoming a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts and UFO researchers seeking to experience its mysteries firsthand. Some theories propose that the ranch's unusual activity is the result of advanced military technology testing or secret government experiments. Despite years of investigation, no conclusive evidence has been found to explain the range of reported phenomena at Skinwalker Ranch, maintaining its status as a paranormal enigma. El Dorado refers to a legendary city of gold believed to exist in South America during the colonial era, inspiring numerous expeditions and capturing the imagination of explorers for centuries. The myth originated from indigenous tales of a tribal chief who covered himself in gold dust as part of a ritual, leading Spanish conquistadors to search for an entire city made of precious metals. Some historians argue that El Dorado may have been based on real pre-Columbian cultures known for their sophisticated goldwork, such as the Muisca civilization in present-day Colombia. Archaeological discoveries of elaborate gold artifacts and reports of gold-rich indigenous communities have lent credence to the idea that El Dorado might have had some basis in reality. The legend of El Dorado has been linked to various real locations, including Lake Guatavita in Colombia, where gold offerings were reportedly made to the gods. Some researchers propose that the story of El Dorado may have been deliberately exaggerated by indigenous peoples to mislead and distract European invaders from their true settlements. The persistent belief in El Dorado led to numerous expeditions, some of which resulted in significant geographical discoveries and mapping of previously unknown South American territories. Modern interpretations of the El Dorado legend suggest it may represent a metaphor for the untapped natural resources and biodiversity of the Amazon rainforest. Some alternative historians argue that El Dorado could have been an outpost of an advanced ancient civilization, possibly linked to theories about lost continents or extraterrestrial influences. The enduring appeal of the El Dorado myth has been attributed to universal human desires for wealth, adventure, and the unknown, transcending cultural and historical boundaries. Recent technological advancements such as LiDAR scanning have reignited interest in searching for lost cities in dense jungle regions, keeping the spirit of the El Dorado quest alive in modern archaeology. Crawlers, also known as rakes, are cryptids described as pale, humanoid creatures with elongated limbs and large, dark eyes. These entities are said to inhabit underground caves, abandoned buildings, and densely forested areas. Witnesses report encountering crawlers at night, often describing a sense of dread or unease preceding the sighting. Some theories suggest that crawlers could be a previously undiscovered species of subterranean hominid adapted to life in dark environments. The creature's alleged ability to move quickly and silently has led to speculation about advanced sensory capabilities or echolocation skills. Reports of crawler sightings have increased with the rise of internet folklore, particularly on forums dedicated to paranormal experiences. Some researchers draw parallels between crawler descriptions and accounts of other cryptids like the Dover Demon or the Fresno night crawlers. Skeptics argue that crawler sightings may be misidentifications of known animals, such as large primates or even humans with genetic conditions affecting appearance. The prevalence of crawler stories in various cultures has led some folklorists to suggest they represent a modern manifestation of ancient fears of the unknown. Continents beyond the ice wall refers to the belief that our known world is surrounded by a massive ice barrier, beyond which lie undiscovered lands and civilizations. This concept often appears in flat Earth theories, suggesting that Antarctica is not a continent, but an ice ring encircling a disc-shaped Earth. Believers point to historical accounts of explorers like Admiral Byrd, who reported seeing vast unexplored territories beyond the South Pole as evidence for these hidden lands. Some adherents claim that governments and space agencies are hiding the truth about these lands to maintain control over resources and populations. The idea draws parallels with ancient myths and legends of lost continents like Atlantis or Hyperborea, proposing that these might actually exist beyond the ice barrier. Supporters of this theory often cite anomalies in satellite imagery and maps as potential evidence of cover-ups or distortions hiding the true nature of Earth's geography. The concept of an ice wall and lands beyond ties into broader conspiracy theories about hollow Earth or inner Earth civilizations. Some believers suggest that the Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis are actually reflections of light from the hidden lands beyond the ice wall. The theory sometimes incorporates ideas about advanced civilizations or extraterrestrial bases existing in these unexplored regions, hidden from the general population. Skeptics argue that modern exploration, satellite technology, and scientific understanding of Earth's geography disprove the existence of such lands. The iceberg image in this project is part of a larger endeavor called The World Beyond the Ice Wall, a fantasy and alternate history collaboration that imagines a reality where every conspiracy theory, from your uncle's Facebook posts to the most obscure iceberg lore, is true. The Bouvet Island boat refers to the mysterious discovery of an abandoned lifeboat on the remote and uninhabited Bouvet Island in the South Atlantic Ocean in 1964. This island, known for its harsh climate and isolation, is considered one of the most remote places on Earth, making the presence of a boat there highly unusual. The lifeboat was found by a South African expedition team who reported that it contained supplies and showed signs of recent use, despite no record of shipwrecks or distress calls in the area. Attempts to identify the origin of the boat or its occupants have been unsuccessful, leading to various theories about its presence on the island. Some speculate that the boat may have drifted from a distant shipwreck, carried by ocean currents to this unlikely location. Others suggest it could be evidence of a secret military operation or a covert scientific expedition that went awry. The boat's discovery has been linked to theories about hidden bases or undisclosed activities in remote areas of the world. Peculiarly, when a follow-up expedition returned to the island in 1966 to investigate further, they found no trace of the boat or any evidence of its previous presence. This disappearance has fueled additional speculation about government cover-ups or paranormal phenomena associated with the island. Despite technological advancements in satellite imaging and global tracking, the true story behind this enigmatic boat continues to elude explanation. Grave dirt refers to soil taken from burial sites, believed by some to possess mystical properties or spiritual energy. This substance is often used in various folk magic practices, particularly in hoodoo and certain forms of witchcraft. Some practitioners claim that grave dirt can be used to establish connections with the deceased, believing it retains the essence or spirit of the buried individual. The potency of grave dirt is thought to vary depending on the identity of the deceased, with dirt from a soldier's grave believed to impart strength or protection. Certain rituals involve using grave dirt to create protective barriers or to influence the behavior of others through sympathetic magic. Some believe that the use of grave dirt in spells or rituals can amplify their effectiveness, especially when dealing with matters of death, transformation, or communicating with spirits. The practice of collecting grave dirt is often surrounded by specific protocols, such as asking permission from the deceased or leaving an offering in exchange. Critics argue that disturbing graves for soil is disrespectful and potentially illegal, while believers maintain it's a form of honoring and working with ancestral energies. In some traditions, grave dirt is used as an ingredient in mojo bags or gree-gree, talismans believed to bring luck or ward off negative influences. The concept of grave dirt's power may be linked to ancient beliefs about the cyclical nature of life and death, and the Earth's role in this process. Abracadabra is an ancient magical incantation believed to have healing powers and the ability to ward off illness or misfortune. The word's origins are obscure, with some scholars tracing it to Aramaic phrases meaning, "it will be created in my words," or Hebrew for "it will be created in my words." Historically, the term was inscribed on amulets in a triangular format, with each line losing a letter, thought to make the evil or illness gradually disappear. Roman physician Quintus Serenus Simonicus first recorded the use of abracadabra as a cure for malaria in the 3rd century AD. Some practitioners of Kabbalah associate the word with the sacred name of God, believing it channels divine energy for protection and healing. In certain magical traditions, abracadabra is considered one of the most potent words of power, capable of manifesting desires when properly intoned. The incantation's purported efficacy has been attributed to its rhythmic sound and repetition, which some claim can alter brainwaves and induce trance-like states. Modern interpretations link abracadabra to the concept of creating reality through speech, aligning with theories about the power of positive affirmations. Some New Age practitioners incorporate the word into meditation practices, believing it can open channels to higher dimensions or spiritual realms. The term's evolution from a serious magical formula to a stage magician's catchphrase reflects changing attitudes towards magic and the supernatural in popular culture. Hy-Brasil refers to a phantom island said to lie off the west coast of Ireland, shrouded in mist and visible only once every 7 years. This mythical land appears on many medieval and Renaissance maps, often depicted as a perfect circle with a central strait bisecting it. Legends describe Hy-Brasil as a paradise of advanced civilization, inhabited by a race of superior beings with mystical knowledge and technology. Some accounts claim that Saint Brendan the Navigator reached Hy-Brasil during his legendary sea voyage in the 6th century, describing it as an island of promise. Various expeditions set out to find Hy-Brasil throughout history, with some explorers claiming to have sighted or even landed on the island. In 1674, Captain John Nisbet reportedly anchored off Hy-Brasil, sending a landing party that encountered large black rabbits and an elderly magician living in a stone castle. Some theories suggest that Hy-Brasil could be a mirage caused by specific atmospheric conditions, explaining its intermittent visibility. The island's circular shape and central strait have led some researchers to speculate about connections to ancient Celtic folklore and sacred geometry. Modern interpretations link Hy-Brasil to concepts of lost advanced civilizations or interdimensional realms, occasionally intersecting with our reality. Despite its absence from modern maps, sightings of Hy-Brasil were reported well into the 19th century, fueling ongoing fascination with this elusive island. The psychic monkey experiment refers to a series of controversial studies conducted in the 1970s by Dr. Helmut Schmidt, exploring the potential for psychic abilities in rhesus monkeys. Schmidt's experiments involved monkeys interacting with a random number generator connected to a treat dispenser, testing if they could influence the machine's output through psychokinesis. Results from these studies suggested that some monkeys appeared to influence the random number generator beyond chance, receiving more treats than statistically expected. The experiments were designed to eliminate potential sensory cues, with the random number generator shielded and the treat mechanism soundproofed. Critics argued that the results could be explained by experimental bias, statistical flukes, or undetected flaws in the experimental setup. Supporters of the research claimed it provided evidence for non-human psychic abilities, potentially opening new avenues for understanding consciousness and mind-matter interactions. The study's methodology included control trials with the machine running without monkey interaction to establish a baseline for comparison. Some researchers proposed that the monkeys' alleged psychic abilities might be linked to their more instinctual and less cognitively filtered perception of reality. The experiments sparked debates about the nature of consciousness and whether simpler minds might have easier access to paranormal abilities. While largely dismissed by mainstream science, the psychic monkey experiment continues to be cited in parapsychological literature and discussions about animal cognition. The concept has inspired further research into animal ESP and has been referenced in popular culture, contributing to ongoing fascination with the potential for undiscovered mental abilities in both humans and animals. Enochian refers to a mysterious occult language and magical system allegedly revealed to John Dee and Edward Kelly by angelic beings in the 16th century. The language is said to have a complex structure with its own alphabet, grammar, and vocabulary, purportedly used by angels and for communicating with spiritual entities. Dee and Kelly claim to have received Enochian through scrying sessions, where angels dictated the language and magical practices through a crystal ball. The Enochian system includes detailed tables, sigils, and invocations believed to hold power for summoning angels and exploring different spiritual planes. Some occultists argue that Enochian represents a genuine angelic language, citing its unique structure and the consistent results reported by practitioners who use it in rituals. Critics suggest that Enochian may be a constructed language, possibly based on Dee's extensive knowledge of various ancient and medieval magical texts. The Enochian system has been incorporated into various magical traditions, including Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley's Thelema. Some researchers have noted similarities between Enochian and certain Middle Eastern languages, fueling theories about its possible earthly origins or influences. Practitioners of Enochian magic report experiences of altered states of consciousness, visions, and communication with non-physical entities during rituals. The complexity and detail of the Enochian system, including its 19 calls or incantations, have led some to believe it couldn't have been entirely fabricated by Dee and Kelly. South American Gnome recordings refer to a series of alleged video and photographic evidence of small, humanoid creatures captured in various locations across South America. These sightings gained widespread attention in the early 2000s, particularly with the emergence of a video from Argentina showing a small, hat-wearing figure moving in an unusual manner. Witnesses describe these beings as resembling traditional depictions of gnomes or dwarves, typically standing between 1 to 3 feet tall with disproportionately large heads. Some of the most famous recordings come from countries like Argentina, Chile, and Bolivia, where local folklore often includes stories of duendes or small, mischievous spirits. Skeptics argue that these recordings are likely hoaxes or misidentifications of known animals, while believers point to the consistency of descriptions across different incidents and locations. Several of the videos show the creatures moving with a distinctive bobbing or swaying motion, which some claim is too fluid to be a costume or puppet. Cryptozoologists have speculated that these sightings could be evidence of an undiscovered species of primate or a relic population of early hominids. Some researchers link these sightings to indigenous South American beliefs about nature spirits or guardians of the land, suggesting a cultural basis for the phenomena. The proliferation of camera phones and social media has led to an increase in reported sightings and recordings, though the quality of evidence remains debated. Certain recordings have been analyzed by video experts, with some concluding that the movement and proportions of the figures are difficult to fake convincingly. Faerie circles refer to naturally occurring rings of mushrooms or areas of lush grass growth believed by some to be associated with supernatural activity or the presence of fairies. These circular formations, ranging from a few feet to several yards in diameter, have been observed in various parts of the world, particularly in grasslands and forests. In folklore, Faerie circles are often described as portals or gathering places for magical beings, with some tales warning of dire consequences for those who disturb or enter these rings. Scientific explanations attribute these formations to the natural growth patterns of certain fungi species, which spread outward in a circular pattern from a central point. Some believers argue that the perfect circular shape of many fairy rings is too precise to be a natural occurrence, suggesting intentional design by supernatural entities. Historical accounts describe strange phenomena associated with these circles, including sightings of dancing lights, unexplained music, or sudden disappearances of those who stepped inside. Certain cultures view fairy circles as beneficial, associating them with good luck, fertility, or healing properties when respectfully approached. Modern paranormal investigators have reported anomalous electromagnetic readings and temperature fluctuations within and around some fairy circles. The persistence of fairy circle beliefs across different cultures and time periods has led some researchers to speculate about a common underlying phenomenon or experience. Some theories propose that fairy circles may be indicators of underground water sources or mineral deposits, explaining their attraction to both fungi and folkloric entities. Arkeology refers to an alternative approach to studying human history and origins that challenges conventional archaeological and historical narratives. This field proposes that advanced civilizations existed far earlier than mainstream archaeology suggests, potentially dating back tens or hundreds of thousands of years. Archaeologists often point to anomalous artifacts, structures, and geological formations as evidence of technologically sophisticated ancient societies. The theory draws connections between similar architectural styles and cultural practices found across different continents, suggesting a global prehistoric civilization. Proponents of archaeology argue that catastrophic events, such as comet impacts or rapid sea level rise, may have wiped out evidence of these advanced ancient cultures. Some archaeological theories propose that ancient humans possessed knowledge of advanced physics, astronomy, and engineering, as evidenced by megalithic structures and complex mathematical concepts embedded in ancient sites. The field often incorporates interdisciplinary approaches, combining geology, mythology, linguistics, and astronomy to reinterpret archaeological findings. Archaeologists sometimes cite underwater structures and formations as potential evidence of sunken cities or civilizations predating known history. The concept of out-of-place artifacts, UPARTs, is central to archaeology, with objects like the Antikythera mechanism used to support claims of advanced ancient technology. Critics argue that archaeology relies too heavily on speculation and misinterpretation of evidence, while supporters contend that it offers fresh perspectives on human history. Holy water is a sacred liquid used in various religious traditions, believed to possess spiritual and purifying properties. In Christianity, it is typically blessed by a priest and used for baptisms, blessings, and protection against evil. Some individuals claim that holy water has healing properties, reporting relief from physical ailments after coming into contact with it. Certain paranormal investigators use holy water as a tool for combating negative entities or cleansing haunted locations. Studies have shown that some sources of holy water contain beneficial minerals and trace elements that could potentially contribute to its perceived healing effects. The placebo effect may play a role in the reported efficacy of holy water, as strong belief in its power could lead to real physiological changes in the body. Ancient cultures, such as the Egyptians and Greeks, also used sacred water in religious ceremonies, suggesting a long-standing human connection to the concept. Some researchers propose that the ritualistic creation of holy water may alter its molecular structure, potentially explaining its purported special properties. The use of holy water in exorcisms has been documented in various religious texts and continues to be practiced in some communities today. Skeptics argue that the power of holy water lies in its symbolic significance rather than any inherent supernatural qualities.